In this episode, we'll talk about the 3 Ds: disease, disaster, and death, that are projected by our minds when we're thinking with the ego's thought system.
So I mentioned the course's metaphysics that you can take or leave. The idea is that the total oneness of absolute, extreme, what can I say? Words fail. You get the idea. Love. Part of it decided to experiment. That's putting it in my terms. And see what pain would be like. See what not God would be like. And that's how we fell. We made up an individual consciousness. We made up a sense of, sometimes I call it a belief, but it's so deep a belief that it's a sense of, it's a reality that I am in this body. This is me. This is me. This is what I am. I am in this body. I am identified with this body. My history is totally important, center of my life. It tells me what I should look for. It tells me what to see. So we made up these individual beings who were diverse and interesting, and maybe we were probably diverse and interesting before. I think there is a kind of hint of that. But life in the body is for life in identified with the body is for many people throughout history disastrous, painful, painful, painful. I don't have to tell you historical facts, about plagues and floods and, being run over by bugs and blah. Hell. People are going through hell. It really all amounts to emotional hell, inner hell, depression. If you're depressed, you are in hell. And it doesn't help to deny it. That's part of the mind training of A Course in Miracles. Owning what's going on with us. I am in such misery, and I feel and believe and know that it's going to last forever. This is what I am. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck in this horrible version of life. Most people go through that, from what I hear, if they're going to wake up. What A Course in Miracles does is help us shift out of, I'll fix it with a new job, I'll fix it with a new spouse, I'll fix it with a new house, or I'll just keep busy, 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 busy. Something. But always there's this mental and emotional turmoil that just never stops. That's hell. Human beings, this is A Course in Miracles version a la Jan. Human beings chose that to learn something. And the only thing to learn, as we knew when we decided to do this, was that we would get back to God. We would get back to our original nature of absolute perfection, godliness, joy. We can't go, there is a limit. There is a limit to misery. It's called The Dark Night of the Soul. Sudie Shipman wrote a really good blog on our website called The Dark Night of the Soul. I urge you to look at it. Everybody has been there or is there. And you can relate to it, and you can relate to it in other people. And whenever we decide, I've had enough of this experiment, this thought system of evil, blame, the goodness in conflict, the goodness in sacrifice, bargaining, complaining, fighting against, rebelling against, what I don't like about you, what I don't like about me, blah, 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 blah. That thought system, which is all over the media, if you're looking for that, you have to be aware you're looking for it. That's the key. What do I want to see? Do I want to see a world of pain, disaster, and death? Or do I want to see God's world of love, joy, unity, harmony, beauty, health? Health on all levels for all beings. That is called the real world. To me, it's equivalent to paradise. It's equivalent to the Garden of Eden before we left. Okay? It still has perceptual content. But the way we get there is by recognizing that the perceptual content, what I'm seeing and believing about war, about painful death, about deservedness, all of that can go in a twinkling when we recognize I'm choosing to see disease, disaster, and death. I'm choosing it. When I take responsibility, I have my power. Because instantly, somehow, by doing that, we recognize that we are not the ego, that the ego is a dream. And the only thing that's real is God here now. In everybody, seeing it in everybody, seeing it everywhere. So that when you experience one of those 3Ds, that's funny. When you experience one of those 3Ds, you can say in your heart, I choose to see this differently. Help me, Holy Spirit. Help me, Spirit of love. Help me, truth. Help me, reality. So that's reality. Let's call it that. Heaven. That is heaven. This is the Course's metaphysics. Okay. False perception. The world is going to hell in a handbasket, and it's terrifying. False perception. It's been going on for millions of years. Every form of life experiences, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the plants are totally, completely enlightened and happy. I don't know. But we know that we humans and many animals are suffering, all right? That is false perception. That's hell. God did not make hell. According to A Course in Miracles, very explicitly, hell does not exist. If we are experiencing that world, that is hell. You don't deserve to go to hell. You're in it, okay? And the way out of it is to call for help on a level beyond perception. In other words, to be willing to recognize that Holy Spirit has a loving way of perceiving this and has another way for me to perceive it so that I can offer love to this situation. So instead of, I am the victim of the world I see, the Course says, I am not the victim of the world I see. It has many statements for us to begin to internalize by using over and over in life situations, seeing how a new thought system can be used instead of the old one. And the Course describes it as removing something, removing a block, removing a barrier to see what's really there. So it's a little bit like as if we are at a movie theater, and when there's, terrifying scenes, we're so identified with it, we feel it in our body, and it's almost like we're really there. Well, in the hell that humans make, we think we're really there. Okay.
Don't stop here. Go to the next episode.